Islamic Development Bank (ISDB) dan pemerintah Indonesia sejauh ini telah menjalankan sejumlah proyek kerjasama strategis di berbagai bidang di tanah air, mulai dari proyek di bidang pendidikan tinggi, pembangunan perkotaan, dan energi. Hingga kini ISDB telah mengucurkan pendanaan hingga miliaran dolar Amerika Serikat untuk mendorong pembangunan di Indonesia untuk peningkatan kesejahteraan masyarakat. Lantas, apalagi target kerjasama yang akan terus ditingkatkan antara kedua belah pihak? Koresponden CNN Indonesia Sufiani Tanjung akan membahasnya dengan Presiden Islamic Development Bank, His Excellency Muhammad Sulaiman Al Jasser.
Pemerintah Indonesia dan Islamic Development Bank telah menjalankan sejumlah kerjasama proyek strategis, mulai dari pendidikan tinggi, pembangunan infrastruktur, hingga proyek-proyek lingkungan. Nah, bagaimana kelanjutan dari proyek-proyek ini ke depannya? Kemudian apalagi yang akan dikembangkan oleh pemerintah Indonesia bersama dengan Islamic Development Bank di Indonesia tentunya? Saya akan membahasnya langsung dengan Presiden dari Islamic Development Bank, His Excellency Muhammad Sulaiman Al Jasser. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi.
How are you, His Excellency?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. I'm happy to see you here also.
Thank you so much for inviting CNN Indonesia coming to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, just to meet you in person, have this kind of interview. So I will jump to the first question, and this will be about our country. So, His Excellency, do you mind to explain what is the position of Indonesia now in the Islamic Development Bank, and what is the collaboration between the Indonesia countries and with Islamic Development Bank, of course, for any kind of project in our country? Please.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. As you know, Indonesia is a founding member of the Islamic Development Bank. It is the largest Muslim country member of the Islamic Development Bank. It has been a country that we always had wonderful relationship, great support. But over the past 3 years, with Minister of Finance, Sri Mulyani, and His Excellency the President, we nurtured the relationship so much that now Indonesia is one of our largest, if not our largest borrower. We have been able to develop wonderful developmental schemes with Indonesia. For example, the health sector. We have financed 3 packages actually, the last of them for more than $850 million to create these referral hospitals in Indonesia. We are very proud of that, not because of the size as much as it is about the execution, the quality of execution that Indonesia has managed to develop. We have been involved in other areas also with Indonesia, and every time we embarked on a new challenge, Indonesia has come out in a very efficient, productive, creative way of solving these problems. I can continue to tell you about projects, for example, the slum rehabilitation program that Indonesia embarked upon. We also participated in that. And we have wonderful stories of how lives were transformed in Indonesia thanks to the efforts of the government and also to the participation of the development institutions, including, of course, the Islamic Development Bank that was at the forefront of all of that. So the relationship with Indonesia is significant. What did this lead to? It has led to Indonesia saying, well, we want to be one of the top members of this institution. And end of last year, lo and behold, the board of executive directors and then the board of governors agreed to increasing the quota of Indonesia. Now Indonesia has its own executive director on the executive board of the institution, and it has a much larger voting power than it did before. And we look forward to continue the collaboration, but also we look forward to great participation by the representative of Indonesia in our executive board. So I am thrilled about the relationship, thrilled about the achievements, and more thrilled about, mashallah, the achievements of Indonesia on the path of development.
Okay, I know you are so busy, His Excellency, but let me ask you another question. I'm coming here to see the annual meeting 2024, but this is also the Golden Jubilee moment, right? What is the significance with this annual meeting or in the kind of relationship between Indonesia and also with the Islamic Development Bank for our future cooperation?
Well, 50 years ago, with an invitation and a suggestion from our late King Faisal, bless his soul, he convened a meeting here in Riyadh to consider creating a development institution where Muslim countries can help each other on the path of development. As you remember, in the early 70s, still many countries have just gotten their independence from colonialism. So economic development was paramount in the minds of these visionary leaders, including your leaders at that time. And therefore, we are so happy to show the community, all of the community, the global, the regional, the domestic, that we have done so much in 50 years. We have lent or financed more than 12,000 projects. We have provided more than $182 billion of financing for very important projects in our member countries. So we wanted to show all of this and then to renew our commitment as an institution to really double that in the next 50 years, because our countries need a lot of help, and many of our countries, like Indonesia, are ready to really put all of that financing into really good use. So this is like the best of both worlds for us. So 50 years of wonderful work and wonderful support. And why Riyadh? Because the whole idea started here in Riyadh. And of course, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia has always been at the forefront of support for the institution. They have provided more than 1/4 of the financing and the quota of the institution. And they have always been a great host for this institution. And they have been at the forefront of those who provided not only the capital for the bank, but all of the other initiatives that the bank was involved in. So we really wanted to show all of this, and also we as an institution to show our gratitude for the leaders, the visionaries, the founding fathers who really made this possible.
Okay, so this annual meeting will be the significant sign for our cooperation in the future.
Inshallah, and now of course this is now Indonesia, as I said, is a very important member of the board, the permanent member of the executive board. So we look forward to greater participation, greater ideas, and greater projects to be brought to the board so we can finance them in Indonesia as it accelerates its process of development, which is already a source of admiration by all of us.
Okay, thank you so much, His Excellency, for all the explanation and answer for our question.
Thank you very much for being here.
Yes.
And, terima kasih.
Terima kasih. Dan demikian wawancara saya dengan Presiden dari Islamic Development Bank, His Excellency Muhammad Sulaiman Al Jasser. Terima kasih dan sampai jumpa.